Top 10 scenario-based Salesforce interview questions and answers. 1. I want to delete 30,000 customer records but do not want anyone else to recover them. What can I do? Answer. Salesforce makes it easy to bulk delete records permanently using the hard delete option. The difference between delete and hard delete options is that the former sends the deleted records to the Salesforce recycle bin, where it remains for 15 days. The hard delete erases all records permanently from the Salesforce system with no way to recover it. 2. How do you pass data from a child to a parent component? Answer. The first step is to create a custom component event with the required attributes to facilitate communication between the child and the parent components. Register an event in the child component using the aura tag and fire an event using a trigger like button onClick or on change of input text. Every time the trigger occurs in the child component, it calls the custom event and passes the required parameters to the parent component. 3. How to convert a 15-digit record ID to an 18-digit record and vice versa. Answer. We can use the CASESAFEID in the formula field to increase its value from 15 to 18 digits. To decrease the field size, remove the last 3 digits. Salesforce automatically truncates the field size from 18 to 15. 4. Can you suggest a few security best practices to safeguard our critical data while using Salesforce products? Answer. The first security measure I recommend is enabling multi-factor authentication to add an extra layer of protection against phishing attacks, account takeovers and credential stuffing. I use Salesforce Health Check regularly to identify and fix vulnerable security settings with each new update. Another security measure I prefer is restricting access only to users from a designated IP address, like the corporate network. This ensures that the system denies access to hackers trying to access the system from other IPs or virtual private networks, VPNs. 5. What is the difference between custom and standard reports? Answer. A report type in Salesforce is a template that makes reporting easier and straightforward. The report type determines the records and fields available for use and defines the relationships between a primary object and its related objects. In Salesforce, the two basic report types are standard and custom. A standard report is the default type and Salesforce automatically generates it when you create objects and define the relationships between them. A custom report is a user-created report and the admin can specify all the fields available to users while creating it. It also has the functionality to associate up to 4 objects. It is like instructing Salesforce that you need specific objects with predefined fields whenever you use the report. 6. As a Salesforce administrator, how would you give access to users to knowledge articles? Answer. We can assign user knowledge license by changing the status of the knowledge user checkbox to true on the user detail page. This ensures that the specific user has access to all knowledge articles. 7. What error does the system show when you create a new active escalation rule when another active rule is already in place? Answer. No, there are no error messages. Instead, the Salesforce CRM marks the old escalation as inactive and the new escalation becomes the active rule. This is because the CRM permits only one escalation to be active simultaneously. 8. Can you explain a few ways to call an Apex class in Salesforce? Answer. There are several ways to call the Apex class. Some of the popular methods include using triggers from the developer console, using JavaScript links from the Visualforce page, from another class or by using the homepage components. 9. What happens if the developer does not declare a class as with sharing or without sharing? Answer. When the developer does not declare a class using with sharing or without sharing attributes, the class does not consider the various sharing rules. But, if another class with the with sharing attribute calls the first class, it considers the corresponding sharing rules. If a without sharing class calls another with sharing class, the system executes the methods inside the without sharing class. 10. Assume a manager who oversees a team of 20 users is leaving the organization. What happens if I inactivate the manager? Answer. The best approach is to deactivate the manager's account and reassign the team to another manager. To prevent users from logging into the account during the reassignment, I suggest that we can freeze the team members' accounts temporarily by using the Freeze button on the user record. Once the reassignment is over, we can deactivate the Freeze button and continue with the new hierarchy. Thanks for watching Salesforcestart.